YouTube is one quirky little platform, alright? Because when it comes to the recommendation system, I probably already said this before in a video that I will be talking about in just a minute, it's a hit or miss, okay? Literally, it can give you exactly what you want, and other times it is so far off, it's like, why am I being recommended this, alright? Like, why am I being recommended, you know, the three monkeys jumping on a little bed after watching how to build yourself a weapon of mass destruction, alright? It doesn't make quite sense. But it can be very entertaining to go down these like little rabbit holes that YouTube will provide you from time to time. You just see that one recommendation, it's like, that kind of seems a little interesting. So you just decide just to jump right in, and you're just like, what did I just get myself into? You know, you're an hour in, and I'm just like, oh, what the hell? I didn't know this was a thing on YouTube. To give you one grand example of this, which, you know, again, I did make a video on, top right screen of the button, you click it, and you can watch it. Doubts of P was a video that was being recommended to, it felt like everyone. If you just look at the comment section, they're just like, why am I being recommended this video? Alright, like, not only was the video like 10 years old when it was being recommended again, when it was going back into the cycle of YouTube, but also it's just a very strange video. Just a very, very strange video. It's like, if you think about it, like the kind of content that people watch in general, and then you get a video like that, it's like, it's a little strange. Alright, it's a little strange. It was entertaining. It was very interesting. I made a video on it again, and I thought it was pretty entertaining. And the dangers of Delta P. You go in the water, you see a little vacuum of water just sucking you up. It's like, well, you're screwed. Alright, so I was trying to warn you to be careful of those things, or else Delta P is gonna claim another life. But this time around, ladies and gentlemen, today's video perplexes me. Alright, because knowing how the YouTube algorithm works and how strict YouTube is when it comes to like just monetization, just sharing around content in general, I think what we have here is an outlier. Alright, the thing that doesn't conform to the normal standards of what YouTube deems to be acceptable and unacceptable. Am I saying that this video is unacceptable? Absolutely not. Alright, once you watch the video for yourself, I think you will leave thinking, wow, that was actually a really interesting video. I'm glad that it was recommended to me. But for the most part, when we're talking about the guidelines and stuff of YouTube and just like how they operate, you know, if you say one naughty word, you get demonetized. I feel like this video falls under that scale where it's like YouTube is kind of scared, right, to monetize the video. Maybe originally when this video was uploaded or attempted to be uploaded, it did get a, you know, it was like, oh, hold on there, you can't monetize this, but I probably, for the most part, you know, the person who made the video most likely, you know, what's the word? Rebuted or repealed. There we go. He repealed the monetization, and it was like, oh, okay, there you go, his monetization. Because if you look at the video, you do get ads, all right, like from time to time, actually for a good amount, just like you put in, you know, specific locations, which I'm fine with, you know, it's a good video, so there you go. But the video that I'm talking about here, ladies and gentlemen, is called What Pretending to Be Crazy Looks Like, alright? The views that it has is pretty astonishing, alright? It has over 31 million views. 31 million views. That's nothing to scoff at, ladies and gentlemen, especially at the rate at which it has received, or the rate at which it got to that point. It's been a week, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a week since this video was uploaded. And if you look at the person's channel, let me go ahead and just show you this. I haven't really checked it out myself. You know, they get a decent amount of views, but from the looks of it, What Pretending to Be Crazy Looks Like is the highest viewed video in their catalog. Maybe if we keep looking down, we can see a little bit more. Yeah, you have some that's like 8.8, 8.9, 4.3. You know, when it comes to these kinds of videos, especially on YouTube, it's like, you know, it's kind of surprising to see that this man is doing so well. I mean, good for him, obviously. I'm really glad he's doing really well on YouTube. But, you know, it's kind of strange. It's a little strange, right? Like I said before, it's an outlier, especially the fact that the subject matter here, when we were talking about a, you know, school shooter, which I probably just got demonetized right here, right now, but it is strange. It is very, very strange to see something like this pop up. So yes, very strange, very quirky, but what about the video itself? Is it any good? I think it's pretty good. Alright, so here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. When it comes to any sort of media, like a movie or a video, it's kind of difficult to grab the attention of the audience, right? Like, it's kind of hard to grab the attention of the audience in the first couple of seconds, or maybe the first couple of minutes, alright? If a movie or a video manages to do that, most likely it's gonna be a good video, alright? It's gonna be good media. And from the first 40 seconds of that video alone, I could tell you, like, without a doubt, when I was first watching it, yeah, it's gonna be a banger.
This is 26-year-old Dawson McGee, sitting in a police interrogation room in the early hours of a Tuesday morning. The Monday night before, he stabbed his own mother to death for asking him to move out of the house and get a job. Dawson is unaware that he is being recorded on a hidden camera. In 3 seconds from now, he will hear the sound of the door being opened by a detective. And at that exact moment, you will see a remarkably noticeable switch in his demeanor.
Gentlemen, you have my curiosity, but now you have my attention.
So from the Delta P video, I watched the entire video, I gave my reaction to it, but since this video is 59 minutes, I don't think that would be a very smart idea, a very viable idea for me to do, because I think this video would turn out to be 2 hours long, and I am not interested to, edit and render a 2-hour-long video talking about this, but I'm just going to try to break it down as fast as possible here, alright? So basically, he's talking about an individual of which I already forgot the name. He is a school shooter, and he managed to kill like 14 people with a AR-15. It's a very crazy story of which, ironically, I don't think I've heard of, or at least I don't remember, but, now that it was brought up again, it's like, oh, okay, well, now I know. But he doesn't start off the video talking about it. He does examples, right, before he talks about the main subject, which I really like. Like, first off, he shows a video of another man pretending to be crazy, he was just sitting there chilling, and then once the cop comes in, he starts doing this, acting like all autist and stuff like that, but obviously he was not crazy. But then he showed an example of someone actually crazy, and it's like, you know what, that is actually believable. Like, I genuinely, left that segment of the video believing that that individual who killed his, his roommate or something, just because I believed it. I believed it. Like, he just did it because he just did it, which is kind of weird because he had no motive behind it. It was just very, what's the word I'm looking for? Very stoic in a sense. He just had no emotion. He was emotionless, which was very unsettling. And he kept that. He kept that way. He stayed that way the entire time. Not only through the entire time of the investigation or the interrogation, but also when he was leaving the facility to go to prison, I would imagine, or go to to the courtroom or something like that. When the lady was asking her or asking him, was like, "Oh, do you feel sorry for this?" and something like that, he just goes, "No, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am." It was very crazy. It was very interesting to see what an actual insane person looks like. But then with those examples shown in the first video, now we could see this guy, the main subject of the video, the person in the thumbnail. And my god, it is so entertaining. Granted, it gets a little tiresome towards the middle of the video, but I stayed through the entire thing. I literally stayed the entire thing, and it was very interesting. So essentially what the video is him breaking down how this person was faking being crazy. Alright, so he shows footage of the interrogation with a very intelligent interrogator. He knew exactly what he was doing. It was very impressive. Some people, I feel like if I interrogated him, I would fail horrendously. I would take the bait of his obviously trying to fake his his insanity. And the person who made the video did a very fantastic job of explaining everything. It didn't feel like he was holding your hand the entire time. What he really did was just to tell you, hey, look out for this right here. Like, this is what's gonna happen. If you think about it, it kind of feels like that scene from, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
In this is multiple dimensions beginning to crash into each other.
This is pretty standard Spider-Man stakes. You get used to it. Watch this. He's gonna say, "You've got 24 hours.
You've got 24 hours.
What this means is
Everything up to this moment has gone to plan. The detective has one foot in the door, and he can now develop the relationship from a more secure position. He goes about this with a standard method of rapport development, the offer of food and water.
All right, let me do this. You want cold water? You don't know if you want cold water? Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to bring in 2. because I want one that was hot. And if you decide you want to have it, that's fine.
Kind of feels like that for sure, and it doesn't feel unwelcome, all right? Because here's the deal: I'm not a psychologist, all right? I can't tell the difference between an insane person or a sane person, all right? Like someone can seem perfectly fine, but actually be, you know, a psychopath. So, you know, I can't claim that, you know, just by watching the video without any commentary, I would be like, oh yeah, I'd know he's faking it, right? I would have some suspicions maybe, but for the most part, no, I would be inconclusive. I would be very fickle with my decision. But he does a very fantastic job with that, with explaining everything without, you know, going too into depth. You know, he just gives you what's going on. But for the most part, he lets the video or the footage do the talking for him, which I find to be very enjoyable. All right, like that's what I like to see in media, where the media itself, you know, lets the viewer see for themselves and, you know, try to, you know, put the pieces together. The pieces aren't too difficult to decipher, but it's just enough where it makes the viewer actually think. But at the same time, you know, obviously he still has to, you know, walk us through it a little bit, because it's kind of, you know, for the most part, out of our range of understanding, especially when it comes to like mental stuff like this. I feel like he's into, you know, stuff like that, so I think he knows a thing or two about it. So I don't know. I give him the credit. I believe him. I have no reason why to doubt him. But, you know, at the end of the day, I think he did a fantastic job with it. Here's another question, though, ladies and gentlemen. Why was this video recommended to so many people? Right, especially in this kind of era of YouTube where it's just like really PC friendly stuff like that. You know, to give you the simple answer, to give you my reasoning, the very simple reasoning, it's because it's a good video. It's a good video. Also, luck. He just got really lucky with this video, just to the point where it's like, oh, this video is being recommended over and over again by so many people, and it got to the point where it got 32 million views. And YouTube saw that and was like, you know what? That did really great. Let's continue pushing it out. And again, it was a very great video. And I would believe that the watch time on that video is, you know, fantastic. Fantastic. Because again, he did a fantastic job grabbing the attention of the audience in the first 40 seconds, and then he continued to get the attention, or keep the attention, retain the attention of the audience throughout almost the entire video. Again, it felt a little slow towards the middle, but for the most part, I think the average person can go through the entire video and be like, that was a very entertaining video, and I'm glad I spent an hour, essentially, an hour long of my time watching that video, seeing how this person was pretending to be crazy. Another thing that I kind of thought was pretty funny, and it kind of sounds bad, but, you know, he was listening to some songs, right, while he was, you know, committing the school shooting, right, and two of the songs, one of them being Salad Days and Panzermensch, they were fucking bangers, alright? Like, I stopped. I had to stop after, well, I didn't stop the video. Like, after watching the video, I immediately looked up the songs, and my God, they are bangers, alright? Like, you listen to it, and it's like, yeah, I could see someone shooting up an entire school with this song playing, you know? But at the same time, it's like, why not play Doom music, right? I feel like that's the most, you know, obvious choice. But no, he went for Panzermensch and Salad Days, and those two songs, again, they are bangers. And it's funny. It's really funny, because when you type in those words, Salad Days or Panzermensch, they're literally the first thing that you see. Alright, because I guarantee you so many people watched that video and they were interested to see how it sounds like, and he gave you like little snippets of it. Like he played like maybe 2 or 3 seconds of the song, and they sound good. They sound so well. They sound amazing. And so you just type it in, it's like, oh look, a lot of people are actually interested. And again, if you look at the comment section of the videos of which the comments weren't disabled, which is so weird, by the way, that now the songs on YouTube, the comments are turned off. I don't know why that's a thing, but it is. But anyways, for those videos that still have the comment section still up, you'll see that they came directly from what pretending to be crazy looks like from that video, and I think that's pretty fucking amazing. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad that YouTube recommended this to me. When I first saw it, I wasn't very interested in it, and it wasn't just the first time, alright? I saw this recommended to me multiple times, and I was really not interested until I noticed that people were also being recommended this video as well, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll give it a shot. And I'm actually really glad. I am genuinely really glad I watched that video, and I think you should watch it too. If you see it in your recommendation, let me know in the comment section down below, and I would highly recommend you watch the video. Even to the point where I will link it down in the description below. It is very entertaining, very interesting, very spooky. If you're into that kind of stuff, I think you would be very, entertained by it. But with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have to say for this video. So thank you everyone for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button. You want to see more content like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification to be notified on my next video. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye for now.